right, we have Omni here for his week 1 recap. Good boy. So right now we're starting off with some toy play. This week and every week moving forward, we are going to warm them up with just a few minutes of toy play, and then we'll get into the training. Good boy. Can you get it? So right now we're playing with something called a flirt pole. Although Omni knows why I'm here, and he's like, lady, let's get to the treats, please. I like playing with the flirt pole, especially with little puppies. It allows me to keep my hands up here, and then the toy and Omni can do their own thing, really eliminating the chance and opportunity for Omni to possibly get a little mouthy. Very common for puppies to get mouthy. So it's important to be able to give them something that's not your hand, not your clothing, for him to mouth on instead. Oh, good boy. Yeah. I know, you gotta play for a minute though. Yeah. Get it. Get it. Good boy. The goal with this one, when he gets that toy, I want to pull in the opposite direction to really encourage him to want to tug and play with that toy. Right now he gets it and drops it and says, okay, let's go. Let's start working. Oh, you fell over. Good boy. What do you smell? Do you smell the treats from your brother and sister? Yeah? Okay, fine. You win. All right, so the first thing that we did this week was introduce our reward marker. The reward marker is what we're going to use to capture the moment that Omni does something like this. He offers us a sit. So the moment his butt hits the ground, those 2 paws hit the ground, that's the picture that we want to capture. So that's what we're going to click. And then the click immediately follows with a piece of food. When we started this week, Omni did not know what that clicker was. Hearing that click, he didn't know what was going to follow after it. So we needed to do what's called charging that clicker. And the way that we're going to do that is I'm simply going to click that clicker and then hand Omni a piece of food. Now, he doesn't have to be doing anything specific, so I don't have to ask him for a sit or a down while we're charging our clicker. Just try not to capture any negative behaviors. Good boy. And when we charge our clicker, I'm going to practice delivering the food directly from my hand, but also practice him getting it from the floor. Good boy. And now this week we are charging the clicker quite a few times. As we continue to practice, we won't have to charge that clicker so much. Good boy. The next thing that I want to charge, for this I don't have to use my clicker. We are going to charge what's called our release cue. Now the release cue is what we're going to use to release our puppies from whatever position they're in. Think of when we start doing maybe some sit stays, down stays, working on our mat, or if he's just struggling with a certain behavior, he's not really getting it in the moment, getting frustrated, I might use that reset cookie to reset him, give him a little break, and then we'll try again. So to teach that, I'm going to show Omni that I have some food. Get it. And then just toss that food off to the side. Get it. And make sure that we're tossing our cookies in different directions. Get it. To really practice him going and getting those get it cookies from different points and then being able to come back to us. Hey buddy, what's this? Get it. From different directions of the room. Omni. Yeah, good boy. Omni. Good job. And then when we practice our name games, so right now I'm just taking advantage of him finishing eating a piece of food that I dropped. As soon as I see that he's done eating, I'm gonna call his name once. And as soon as he turns towards me, that is when I wanna click. Omni, good boy. And let's say he doesn't turn towards his name right away. I don't wanna chant his name. I don't wanna say it again and again and again until he finally pays attention. Do you have a cookie stuck in your cheek? If he doesn't look right away, I might say puppy puppy, I might make kissy noises, or if needed, I'll show him some food and then turn him towards me. Good. And then as soon as he's facing me, then I'll still click and give him that food. Good job, sir. All right, the next thing we're gonna work on is teaching him how to follow a food lure. I'm gonna let him lick and get attached to some food, and then I'm gonna take maybe 2-3 steps. Good. Click and feed him that food. Hey, I have more. Good job, buddy. Omni. Good. And we wanna also practice following that food lure paired with his name. Good boy. Hey, get it. Omni. Good job, buddy. Yeah, that's a good man. All right, the next thing I want to work on is going to be our position changes. So this week we started with a sit. Sit. Good job, bud. So the food is going to start at nose level, and then I want my food hand to come up a little and back. Sit. Good. And I'm not coming super high up to encourage him to possibly jump. I'm just coming up high enough where his head can kind of settle where it's at in this sit. Sit. Boy. Then I might come in with what's called follow-up cookies. I do not have to click my follow-up cookies. Get it? Your follow-up cookies are really what you're going to use when we start building duration in that sit or down. Oh, bless you. Okay, one more. What's this? Good job, buddy. Sit. Job. Very good boy. Good job, sir. Yeah, you're doing great. Get it. All right, we are going to take a little break and see if he wants to play a little. Good boy. Good boy, sir. You got the toy? You got it? Oh, good boy, buddy. Good job. Good boy. Yeah, did you get it? Did you get it? Oh, good man. Good mister. Good boy. So when he drops that toy, you can kind of slowly move it. Pretend that it is like an animal or something that he might in the real life want to hunt. So he wants to hunt this toy that's moving nice and slow. And then I might make it wiggle a little. Good boy. Good boy. And then once he pounces on it, I am gonna let him win. Good boy. You wanna get it? Maybe drag it a little closer. You're thinking about it. Yeah, good boy. Good job. And then once he has it, then I might do those tugs in different directions. After a few seconds, we'll stop tugging and he won the toy. Good boy. Now a way that I might wanna, if we're done playing and he really, really likes the toy, I might get some food involved. Hey, Ami, I'm gonna show him the food and then take the toy away. As the toy is leaving, you can deliver the food. For that, we are making a swap. I'm swapping out this super great fun toy for some yummy, yummy food. All right, buddy. I know, 2 more things. All right, the next thing we're gonna work on is gonna be step 1 to the mat. So this week we're really building the drive and the desire for him to want to go onto the mat. End goal behavior with this one. Go to your mat. Is gonna be that I could cue him to his mat, to his place, to his bed. He's gonna run over, put himself in a down, and stay there until we release him. But this week he really doesn't know, on your toe. He really doesn't know what this means. Hey, what's this? Get it. So we wanna build his drive to run into this mat wherever it is. Ami, go to your mat. Good. And as soon as he comes over this week, that's what we're gonna click and feed. Next week, we'll up that criteria. Get it. Where he has to be on the mat completely 4 paws, possibly in a sit before we click and feed him. All right, buddy, one more time. Go to your mat. Good boy. Good job, sir. Get it. I know, okay. Last thing. Oh, gosh. All right, so the last thing that we're gonna work on this week, and we'll end every week doing this, is working on our handling exercises. This week, we really just wanna introduce different types of restraint and different types of body handling. So I have a really big piece of cookie in my hand. He's not gonna get that whole piece. I'm gonna let him have little licks of it and nibbles. So my goal, I want him to be nice and attached to this food hand before I get started. So once he's attached, I will start into my handling. I'm gonna do a swipe down the back and then under the belly. Good. Once I get under that tummy, I'll click and give him a piece of food. This time I'm gonna get under the belly and add a little pressure. Good. All of this handling is super, super important for really the rest of his life, and him going to the vet, him going to the groomer. It's super important to get them started at a young age of being okay with being handled and touched in different ways that he might not be used to. After I lift up his tail, so just then we are lifting the tail, that's good practice for when he goes to the vet and has to have his temperature taken, when he goes to the groomer and they have to clean up back there, if you guys ever have to clean up back there. Good boy. Right now we're working on his face. So he is attached to the food, and then I'm gonna flip that ear. Good, and then take my clicker away so I'm not clicking right in his face. Boy. So I did both of his ears. The next thing we're gonna do is his eyes. So starting up at his head and then lifting that lid up. So lifting his upper lid just up and back a little. The next thing I'll do is look in his mouth. So again, starting at the back of his head, and I'm gonna move towards that lip. Good boy. And we'll make sure that we practice that on both sides. Good boy, Omni. Yeah, I know, it's wild. Good boy. Here. Good. And with that last rep, he was getting, get it, a little less interested with the food. So when that happens, I'm reading that he needs a break. So we'll take a little break from our body handling, just do some petting, some snuggling, and then after we've paused for a few seconds, then we can get back into handling. The next thing that we're gonna work on is gonna be paw handling. So same thing, I want him attached to that food. I'm gonna start up at his shoulders and then go down to a paw. Good, click and feed for him, letting me touch and lift a paw. We'll do the same thing on all four. Good boy. Oh, good job, sir. Here. One more paw. One more. Yeah. Good boy. Good job, Omni. Yeah. Get it. All right, guys, and that's it for Omni's week 1 recap. When you guys get Omni home, you guys do not have to do these sessions in a 20-minute time span where we're getting all of the behaviors in at one time like we are. We're just using the time that we're allotted. So when you guys get home, I would dedicate 10-15 minutes 2-3 times a day and pick 2 different behaviors for each session that you work on. Typically when I'm practicing training, I will get my dog to perform the behavior 3-4 times, and then I'll take a break from that. So getting him into a sit, click and feed, do that 3 more times, and then reset him, release him, and we could practice something else. Good boy, buddy. All right, and we're just gonna finish and see if he wants to play with his toy again, but otherwise that's it. Right, bud? Yeah, yeah, good boy. Oh, good job, get it, get it. So close, so close. Get it, buddy, get it, yeah, good job. Good job, Omni.